Good evening, everyone. I am Sandylu Guerrero of Life's Trace Coaching, your transformational business and life coach, and you are watching Transform Your Life with Sandylu and friends. I hope you're all having a great evening, and just in case you're watching it on the replay, I might as well put it out there now. You can make sure you watch all the way to the end so you can be inspired and motivated by this ambitious and phenomenal woman that I'm interviewing today, which is Dr. Diana Zschaschel. She's also, I'll give you more information about her in a bit. But thank you all for joining us. This evening is, what day is it? I already forgot. It's May 15, 2018. I hope you are all creating the results that you want in your life. We're almost halfway through the year. So whatever your declarations were for 2018, if you're struggling, if you need some support, guidance, reach out to me, see how I can support, guide you, coach you into making sure that you create the goals that you set out to create in the beginning of this year. But anyway, I hope you're having a great week. It's Tuesday, and it's Tuesday 2018, right? I'm like,
May 15th.
May 15th. I know, May 15th. And I'm here with this really, really awesome guest of mine. She's been on my show once before. You might recognize her if you've been watching the show, my show for a while already. And as some of you already know, we just recently celebrated my 1-year anniversary of Transform Your Life with Sandylu and friends. But Dr. Diana Zschaschel, it was on my show in November when we were honoring our veterans. And I had the privilege of meeting her at that time. I actually had reached out and posted on Facebook saying that I wanted to, everyone who are my followers, to nominate someone that a veteran that they wanted to have honored on my show. We were planning to give them gifts and things like that. And so Diana reached out to me. And she said, hey, I know some people that I would love to, nominate, or I'd like to support in your event, for nominating, honoring your veterans. And then I find out she's a veteran. She's in the Army Reserve, and she's a colonel in the Army Reserve, and she plays the role of a doctor in the Army Reserve as well, right? You're a doctor in the Army, a dentist. So I'm thinking, like, you want to nominate someone else? Like, I nominate you. Like, you got to be on my show. Are you kidding me? She's super inspiring, and I told her, I'm going to read her whole book of a bio, because I want you to see there's a purpose for this, and and I'll tell you why in a bit. But thank you all for joining again. If you're just watching, you're watching Transform Your Life with Sandylu and friends. Remember to like, share, and comments, questions, etc. Please feel free to reach out to us and let me know. I'm setting my tablet up so that I can answer your questions. But anyway, I'm looking forward to today's show. We're going to talk about with Diana's a partner on Yambu Productions, and so we're going to talk about the big Cuban Cuban American Music Festival that's coming up this weekend. Which, if you haven't bought your tickets, buy your tickets. I was looking at the lineup and all the different things they're going to be having. It's going to be fun, without a doubt. I'm looking forward to going. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. Buy your tickets. But anyway, I just wanted to check, say hi to a few of you that joined. And let me see. Do I have this tablet ready? Is it ready? Okay. So I'm looking at myself here. You can see our legs. Legs today.
Hopefully that's it.
Yes, hopefully that's it. Okay. Hi, do you want to say hi before we continue? Say hi to anybody there.
Hi for all you guys who are watching. I'm sorry I can't see. My eyes are not that good, but she'll show me. I'm sure there's some of my friends watching, and we'll talk soon.
All right, I'm here in his lap. Hello, Art Garcia, Maggie. Mirsa Alvarez says hello, Sandylu and everyone. Hello, my sister Lourdes, Abraham. Mirsa, hope you feel better. You said you posted you're sick with the flu. Hope you feel better. My brother Joe Guerrero over there in Vegas. I love you. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Lupita Sandoval. So if you're just joining us, please share, like, comment. Hello, Irma Delgado. Okay, hi everyone. Again, you're watching Transform Your Life with Sandylu and friends. And today my very, very special guest is Dr. Diana Zschaschel. She is a Army Reserve Colonel. Did I say it right? I was trying to figure it out. Okay. And she is also a dentist. and she is also one of the partners of Yambu Productions, and she also she does a lot of things. Let me start talking about it. Let me just start sharing her bio. I might as well start now, you guys. Please listen up. There's a reason why I'm sharing everything on her bio, and I really want you to listen, and then I'll share with you why I want you to listen, because Transform Your Life with Sandylu and Friends is all about empowerment, and it's all about motivation. And if sometimes we think we can't do things, but I can tell you that this woman does quite a bit, and she gives a lot of herself as well, and we can have it all. So I want you to listen in, okay? So Dr. Diana Zschaschel decided to be a dentist at the age of 9 when the need for braces introduced her to the first experience with Hispanic female professional. From that point on, she felt the need to help others. While attending college in UCLA, she took a class in psychology working with children with autism. As part of the curriculum, she became a behavior specialist for autistic children. She continued to work as a therapist for several years while completing dental school. Dental school brought about other opportunities to work with persons with disabilities. Her professor provided her with a multitude of patients with special needs. She also started a grassroots campaign with the statewide Special Olympics. She, with the help of some of her professors and classmates, provided oral screenings for the athletes for 4 years at UCLA. After dental school, she took a position for a year with Children's Miracle Network, a nonprofit organization providing dental care for the children of migrant workers in Northern California. She was encouraged by her professors at UCLA to return to do a hospital dentistry program and research. She completed oral exams of over 300 persons with developmental disabilities for UCLA Public Health study. She finished her residency program and received a Biotin Award for excellence that year. Dr. Diana started her practice in 1999, where she incorporated her skills in the behavioral therapy and hospital dentistry to her private practice. She has had privileges at the UCLA and St. Vincent's Hospital, where she works with medical anesthesiologists. To treat anesthesiologists.
They're tongue twisters.
To treat severely disabled individuals, get quality dental care. She has been on the medical board of directors for the PACE headquarters program of Los Angeles. She is the ambassador for the LA Area Chamber of Commerce, where she was named Volunteer of the Year 2005. She was the president for the Fairfax Area Kiwanis Club in 2007, she received Local Hero of the Year from Union Bank and was featured on KCET's Hispanic Heritage Month. She was the featured dentist for the Vista LA Giving Back episode in 2007. Most recently, she received a Distinguished Alumna of the Year for service by Chaminade College Preparatory. Did I say
Chaminade.
Chaminade. Okay. College
Go
Preparatory.
Eagles. It's my old high school.
Dr. Diana Zschaschel started Angel Smiles with the vision to bring optimum dental and overall quality health care to persons with disabilities, whom she calls her angels. This work was recognized at the LA Times in an article written in June 2008. Dr. Zschaschel started with the Army Reserves in 2001 to assist soldiers and travel for the humanitarian missions around the world. She was deployed in 2004 in Kansas, where she treated soldiers going to and returning from Iraq. She has treated American Indians in South Dakota as well as indigenous persons in Belize. She is currently a lieutenant colonel and battalion commander for 6252 USAH in San Diego.
So, yeah, that changed. So, because now I'm a colonel, and now they transformed it into the 7452nd, and it's a medical backfill battalion.
Okay, wow. She is responsible for 5 medical, dental, and veterinary companies, right, comprising nearly 1,000 soldiers. Wow, I don't know if you're impressed, but I read this before and I met her a while back, and I'm still impressed with her. If you had an opportunity to actually meet Diana, she's amazing. she's such a beautiful person, a beautiful soul. And I wanted to share all this with you, particularly because I think that we set boundaries, we set limits for ourselves because of fear or convenience or thinking that we don't have the resources or we can't. And as you see, she's done many things and they've all been spread out. So sometimes we think we have to have it all right here, right now. But one day at a time, one step at a time, and anything and everything is possible. And also, you were also acknowledged for the National Latina Businesswomen Association
I'm sorry, I should have
Award
put
of
that in.
Excellence as
Yes.
well.
Yes, for my work in the health field, correct.
Yes, exactly. So, and I'm sure there's more things you didn't put in here, but
Probably.
knowing you, you're so humble. You're so humble. But I wanted to share this with you because I wanted to give you more insight about her because I want you to see what's possible. And on top of all this, she's a mom. Okay,
Yeah.
she's a mom and
a beautiful 5-year-old.
She has a beautiful 5-year-old, right? Lorenzo, and so imagine that she has her own dental office, her own practice. She's an Army reservist. She goes and supports at the hospital. I mean, and she volunteers, and then she also has she's a partner of Yambu Productions, which creates these amazing Cuban American music festivals. So. We could have it all if we're not attached to the way it looks, and if you're committed to it, one day at a time, one step at a time, you'll get closer to it. So if Dr. Diana Zschaschel can do it, you can totally do it. So I hope that you're already inspired by her because I know that every time I sit next to her, I'm just like in awe of her. Not to mention she's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, that's
gorgeous.
Very nice, very kind of you.
So Diana, let's talk a little bit. So I mean, what has you do? I mean, you could have just settled at, like, you were doing behavior therapy. You could have just settled as I finished dental school at UCLA. I mean, these are all, big things. It's not like you did little things. I mean, these are big accomplishments. Share with us a little bit. What's behind all that?
I think the drive is, I think we all have a drive. And it's what inspires us and what gives us, I think passion is really important. I've always been passionate about different things. And I got from my parents this, like, whatever you're going to do, be the best at it. Try to be the best at it as much as you can. I was fortunate enough, I've done some leadership classes, which I always recommend people always try to do leadership classes, always try to do any classes to better yourself. It just invest in yourself is really important. I met a rear admiral. I actually did it through the Chamber of Commerce. It was Leadership California. And I went to San Diego and met a rear admiral. It was the first African American rear admiral, which is like the highest position in the Navy. And I asked him, like, what got you to be at this level? This is a pretty impressive. And he goes, well, when I was a kid, I was a bit of a knucklehead. And my parents had to kind of, like, turn me around. So they kind of gave me 3 rules. And I said, oh, 3 rules. He said, the first rule is go to college. Like, there is no exception. You're going to college. Second rule is we don't care what you do in life, but whatever it is, try to strive to be the best. If you're not the best, at least strive to be the best. And finally, we don't care what you do in life, but whatever it is, it cannot be illegal, immoral, or unethical. Because if it is one of those things, we're going to take you out in the back and we're going to finish you off, And, my parents sort of gave me that in a different sort of way, but I really believe that those things are very powerful to hear at a young age. And for me, it was never a question whether or not I was going to college. I was going to college. This is what you're going to do. And my parents always said, you have to be the best. You have to strive to be the best. So maybe if you didn't have that growing up, and that's okay, but give it to yourself now so that you can achieve those things. And always, I had a very strong upbringing of ethics about doing things the right way. Don't cheat people. Don't lie. Don't do things that are extremely unethical. I mean, well, you shouldn't do anything unethical. But I always wanted to be able to sleep at night. So even in my, I had very strong convictions, and I'm very grateful to my mother who gave me a lot of strong convictions about being a good person, about helping others. I mean, we were going to help the impoverished communities when I was 3 years old. And my mother took me to, people who had lost their jobs or had no food, and we would take them food. And I was doing this at a very young age, and she says, see, not everybody has what you have. Not everybody has a house, a roof over their head. Not everybody has food on the table. Not everybody has toys. And these were very strong images as a child for me. And it really gave me that understanding that it was by God's grace that I was given so many opportunities, and I should not squander those opportunities. Because not everybody is born, to have a house over their head, or have parents that were able to provide them, a Catholic school education. So I take that very seriously, that I should try to give back as much as I can and try to be inspiration for other people who, that they can do it. My mom always told me, if you want to do something, you can achieve it. There's nothing you can't achieve as long as you want to do it. And she always made me believe that one person can make a difference. And I really took that to heart, and that's sort of why I do a lot of things I do, is because I always believe that I can make a difference. And I think that's really powerful. If you have that in your own mind and in your own heart, that I can make a difference. Because if you don't believe you make a difference, then you're not going to do anything. But if you believe you can make a difference, you will make a difference. You can. And so I love the concept of your show about transforming your life and inspiring other people to be the best that they can be. Because not everybody was blessed like me to have this belief system. And so if I can help inspire you to have this belief system and know that just by me having that at a young age, look at all the things that I can accomplish by just believing that. And so I really think if I can help one person to believe that, I feel really good about it.
Well, that one person is a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. And, and I'm glad that you shared that, because I was not fortunate like you were, in the sense where my parents had that type of way of thinking, or disciplining us, or even giving us structure in that way. In fact, it's something that came to me until my mid-30s, after doing a lot of hitting rock bottom and doing a lot of self-development work. I learned that we can really change a person's life simply by even one sentence, or by showing up, or just telling them, yes, you can.
Right.
And so I really admire you and everything that you do, because you are constantly, the moment you wake up, you're making a difference. I mean, based on everything that you share and everything that you do, and you're always in contribution some way, somehow. In fact, I've even talked to Dominic. He said you're supporting with the Kekwa Veteran Foundation. And so you're always out there making a difference. And really, I mean, your parents, I'm sure your mom is super proud of you. Your parents must be super proud of you.
Well, from heaven, I hope.
Yes,
I hope she's proud of her.
Yes, I'm sure she is.
Yes.
I'm sure she is, because you are continuing her legacy and everything that she taught you. She taught you to lead with love. She taught you to lead with integrity. Sure. She taught you to give back. I mean, I'm sure that she's super proud, and I know it was Mother's Day a few days ago, and so I'm sure she is. There's no way. And even the legacy of the Cuban culture and the music that you're putting out there and sharing with the world. There's just so much that you're doing, and you're in our you're part of our military. You're part of keeping us safe. It's just super inspiring, and you're just really such a giving person. And for all of you that are watching, we all have something valuable to contribute to the world in one way or another. So I used to think that when I was a kid, I used to sing, and I wanted to be rich and famous. And one of the things I wanted to do when I was rich and famous is help people. No one told me I could already help them. No one told me that I could, right? And so if you have kids out there, remember, they're listening to what you're saying. They're listening to the words you're saying. They're watching everything that you do. And, with all the information that we have out there, and people like Diana that are sharing all the things that supported her and her growth and her experiences and her choices, if you listen to all the things her parents taught her, like if you're not already doing that, here's your opportunity to start shifting your communication and what you're sharing with your kids, so that they could have that mindset of like always doing their best, and in caring for other people and giving back, and being in integrity and ethical, etc. Now we can't pretend not to know anymore.
Yeah.
There's too much available for us that's visible to us in so many different avenues, especially via social media, for us to have the opportunity to make different choices, positive choices, powerful moving forward kind of choices. And you can make our world a better place by sharing your gifts.
And we're all leaders in one way or another. And if you don't think, I'll give you a couple of experiences for me that were, life transforming. So, I said the reason I became a dentist was I needed braces when I was 9 years old. I had really buck teeth. Kids made fun of me, called me Bugs Bunny, the whole 9 yards. And my parents took me, and I'd always wanted to work in the health field. But my entire upbringing, I only saw men being doctors, and so I did, even though my parents said I could be anything, I still didn't feel I could, because I only saw men in the positions of doctor or whatever. So I went to the orthodontist, and there was a man there, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to take these pictures of you," and the woman is like, "Oh yeah, do da 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 da," and she goes, and he's going to take the pictures. I said, "Oh, is he the orthodontist?" And I'll never forget her laugh. First of all, she was Cuban, which my mother was also, and she had this ginormous laugh. She goes, "No, he's not the orthodontist. I'm the orthodontist. He's my husband. He's working for me." And I thought, oh, my God, this is what's possible? That I could be the doctor? It was really transforming. And that night, I told my mom, I want to be a dentist. And they very much supported me. But the woman really transformed my life. So sometimes a simple, like one experience could like change your life. And so, fast forward, I became a dentist. And I decided to give back to the community. And I worked for the Head Start program. So there's a Head Start program, and they asked me to go to these different Head Starts in South LA. And I would go, and give my time and teach these like little 4 and 5 year old kids about dentistry, let them brush their teeth, da da da. And this little girl, she just was awe-inspired by me at 4 years old. She had her mother take 3 buses. They were immigrant parents, 3 buses, because she said she wants to be a dentist at 4 to come be my patient. And this mother, such a sweet mother, so she would take her 2 kids and come to my office, 3 buses, and that was 15 years ago. And every 6 months, I would tell this little girl, if you want to be a dentist, you have to get straight A's. You can't get anything less than straight A's. You have to be the best. You have to do this, da 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 da. She is now 19 years old. She has a full scholarship to USC.
Wow.
And she's going on her way to be a dentist.
That is amazing.
And so, we don't realize the power of our words, both good and bad. We don't understand the power that we hold by the things that we say. That one experience that little girl had, that a woman could be a dentist, in an area that maybe she didn't get to see, female dentists, and wow, this is possible that I could do this. And I would, I was talking in Spanish and English, this is a possibility for me. I mean, it changed her life. It transformed her. So I give those 2 stories to kind of let you know that you have a lot of power, and you don't know who you're the leader of. So whatever you say, always be careful, because you don't know who's looking up to you, that you're going to change your life, hopefully for the good and not for the bad. So, I love to tell those stories because of how powerful they were, both for me, because it really changed my life, and hopefully it's changing her for the life, she had immigrant parents. One of them was deported. I mean, he finally got back, but I mean, they have some difficult lives ahead of her. But this girl, the mother was able to find programs for her daughter, and she has performed at the Greek, at the Hollywood Bowl, at the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
She plays the violin, and she was part of this program, and she was with Gloria Estefan and Coldplay, and I was like, this girl has done more in her life at 17, 18 years old than I've ever done at, some odd years old. We're not going to tell.
21.
Yeah, 21 years old. Yes. So, and this was all through saying that you can be whatever you want. So, we have the power to do that by just our own. So just changing that thought in your head that what you can achieve is it's so powerful.
It's once that you flip that switch, it's amazing. And it's never too late. And I say this because the reality is, for me, I was somewhat in a box. I was the one for my family that got out of the box but still held on to the box, but not because I was afraid, but because I didn't know what I didn't know. Mm-hmm. And I share that because I think that we got to be willing to expose ourselves and open ourselves to other possibilities, and get, go to new circles, go to new meetups. One time I was in an event. I don't know if you've ever been to a Hispanic lifestyle event. So my friend Richard Sandoval, he produces these big events. One of them is the Hispanic Lifestyle Women of Excellence Awards, I believe it's called. So he has it every year in the spring in Ontario, California. And the first time I ever went, I was sitting there for their lunch, where they do have the awards, and they have different panelists and speakers, etc. And they're all all women, Latina women. And I was sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, this was my first year after quitting my full-time job. That I was out there networking. I've been coaching for years before, but I was working part-time after work, on weekends. But now it was full on, and now I'm connecting with different people. I'm in different scenarios and different events, etc. And I was sitting there looking at everyone and so inspired by these women, because those women were me, I was them. I just didn't know it. I didn't really know the capacity of what was going on out there in the world. I was kind of closed off, although by then I was coaching, and my mindset and I knew the world was limitless, and I already came from a different place because I did a lot of self-work, but there was still a little part where I didn't realize, wow, these people are doing it. Seeing people doing it is even more empowering, because now you see the possibilities, right? So I realized that, man, I was at work all this time, I was missing out on all of this. But now, and I'm talking about already in my 40s, so it's never too late. You're never too old, and you don't have to have everything figured out to go for what you want. It's just a matter of moving past the fear or the limiting conversations that you might be having, and jump.
And we all have our own paths. Everybody has a different path. Mm-hmm. Just, it doesn't make your path worse or better, or it's just different. And the fact that your path was different, it was later in life, is so inspiring to those people who are like, well, yeah, but I didn't have parents that, I didn't have that one experience at 4 years old or 9 years old. Oh, well, what's there for me? Then that's when they look at you, and you're that inspiration, like, yeah, but that's okay, because look what happened to me, and I was able to change my life. And
it's beautiful. It's beautiful once you start seeing that, because when you don't see that, then you live in the would've, could've, should've, right? And then you're in beat up mode, and you think it's too late. And I remember living that way before too. And so flipping that switch has been one of the most extraordinary things for me, life changing, life altering. And I'm grateful that it's happened this long later in my life. And the reason is because I've experienced so much during my lifetime that it has supported me in being that much of a better and more effective coach, because I've experienced quite a bit.
And you can appreciate certain things more. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had a child over 40, and a lot of people say, oh, it was great to, when you're young, you have a lot of energy, and it's not good to have kids late in life. But I mean, I appreciate my son. I mean, we all have a different path. For some people, having a child young is great. For me, I don't think I would have been ready for a child in my 20s. I feel like I'm really ready for it. And I savor it, those moments. And maybe, you know, as you get older and you went through all these things, but now you savor all that you've learned.
Oh, definitely.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a different experience, you know. I mean, I'm so grateful for the things that I have, and I'm grateful for what I can give to others, and I'm grateful for people like you who've had a different experience. And I have friends with different experiences, and I value those experiences because I learn so much from them and how I could be a better person for other people.
Yeah, definitely. And it's all about learning. We all get to learn from each other. Sometimes it's not easy, but it's really about moving forward. And when we're moving ourselves forward and we share of our experiences, we allow other people to be, you know, to feel like they're not alone in their journey, and that they relate, you know, they get it, that if we've gone through it and we've experienced it, you know, you can do it too. You could overcome it, you know. As long as we're breathing, we still have an opportunity to keep going. And I mean, and you see it, and I say that because there's people that can't walk, they can't talk, they can't see, and they've created.
I work with a lot of patients like that,
and they are creating amazing things.
Correct,
you know,
for
so
sure.
Anything and everything is possible if you believe, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, but so I want to say hi to a few people, but I want to talk about your upcoming event and how you started, how this all came about. But let's say hi to a few people, and then we'll go ahead and I know we had a few comments here. Let's see. Maggie says that you are so amazing.
Thank you, Maggie.
You are a Chiro.
A Shiro. I love that. A Shiro.
She's a Shiro for sure.
I love that.
Or like Snoop Dogg would say, for shizzle. Yes, I listened to a little bit of that too. Okay, Ricardo says, hello, Sandylu, and very beautiful. Thank you for tagging me in the video. All right, you're welcome, Ricardo. Thank you for following. I still haven't met you yet. I'm hoping to meet you before the year's over. He's been following me on Facebook for a while, like at least 2 years, I want to say. Maggie says, my friend's daughter wants to become a dentist. Any feedback on how she can get some scholarships?
There are scholarships available. It depends on, some of it is GPA driven, some of it is background driven. There are some for women and stuff. You know, follow up with Sandylu. You're welcome to get my phone number. I can give you the best advice I can and help lead you in the right way. For me, I went to the colleges and asked. I mean, I just kept, when no is not an option for you, if it's not an option and you have it to get it, then you'll find a way. Just keep trying. I mean, I can't tell you how many times in my life I was told no about different things, and thank God I'm very stubborn that I was able to do it. But I was in high school, and my high school counselor told me I'd never get into a UC, and I thought to myself, I'll show you, I'll only apply to UCs. And I got into UC Berkeley, UCLA, UC Santa Barbara, UC San Diego. So, you know, and she told me I'd never get in. When I was in UCLA, I was told I'll never get into dental school because my grades are not high enough, and I was working full time. And I went to the UCLA dental school. I said, what do I need to do to get in? And I did whatever she said, and I wrote the best. I worked so hard on my personal statement, sharing my life, and I got into a bunch of dental schools, including UCLA. So when no is not an option, you will always find a way to get it done. When I had to study for my exam to become a dentist, it's like a 3-day exam, and 50% of the people fail. They don't even that's your state board exam. 50% of the people fail. So, you know, everyone's like, well, I already had a job lined up. And they said, you know, well, aren't you worried that you're going to fail? I'm like, I'm not failing. That's not even an option for me, because I have a job lined up and I got to pay back these school loans I can't afford, and so, you know, I passed on the first time. And it's just, when you don't allow, I don't remember where I read this, but when you don't allow when no is not an option, or when you tell your brain, like, your brain figures out a way to do it. And so I tell people this all the time, there's no maybe, there's no should, no, this is the way it's going to be. When you have that determination, anything is possible.
Well, it goes back to that saying, when there's a will, there's a way. And if you're in that possibility, anything is possible.
Correct.
Right? And the other thing I want to say, Maggie, too, is there's a gentleman, a friend of mine, his name is Trevor Ramos, and he helps people. He wrote a book called How to Get Free Money for College. So he helps people get scholarships. And the sooner you connect with him, the better, too, because he could support you in prepping and doing all the work you need to do to get ready to get those scholarships. So he would be a really great connection, too. So if you message me, I'll give you his contact info. He's been on my show as well. He's awesome. Let's see. Hi, Alma Valenzuela, Leticia Guevara, Dr. Luz Reynoso Montoya just got her doctor's degree this weekend. Congratulations. Yay. Another woman, like I met her in junior high school. We were connected a few years ago. Been seen. She went back to college recently.
That's
and
awesome.
She got her doctor's degree, and amazing. First generation here, for her families from Mexico. Super inspiring. I've been watching you, Luz, so congratulations, Dr. Luz Reynoso Montoya. So cool,
nice,
huh, right?
That's awesome.
Yes, exactly, because I think it's 1% Latina doctor degrees, right? Or something like, it's very, very low. I think I don't know, there's another woman that I've met before, too. She does negotiation workshops on negotiations. She also has her doctor's degree as well, but very minimal. So it's awesome to see that there's more, and it's even cooler to know that there are people I know. Yes, because I know amazing people. What can I say? All right, Manuel Cortinas over there in Texas, my cousin. Hey, hope you're doing well. Lori Pendoff, Mark Casas. Hello, Mark. Choni Fuentes. Paco Limon, that's Francisco Limon. Rose Becerra. Becerra has a little wavy hi. Frank Avila, Darlene, Helper Champ, I think it is. Patricia Almas, hello, Patty. Berlin Rodriguez says, love the inspiration. Maggie says, oh, that's such a beautiful story about the young girl.
Thank you.
Louis Chavez, Chuck C. Fuentes, Antonio Montes, Prissy Casio, hello, Priscilla. Denise Garcia, Ignacio Sanchez, hola, Ignacio. He says true about your inspiration. Marcela Talamantes, Maggie says yes. Maggie, I will thank you. So she's going to reach out to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Hello, Yvonne Marcus and Rudy Fitz. So thank you guys all for watching. If you just joined again, you're watching Transform Your Life with Sandy Lou and Friends with my guest, Dr. Diana Zschaschel, the phenomenal, inspiring, ambitious, powerful, humble, loving, beautiful, sexy woman.
I'll take it.
Single and available, just again. I'm gonna be like putting you out there, huh? Just saying. Okay, and so anyway, so she is one of the partners of Yambu Productions, and I don't know if you saw, I shared a few things, but they are producing an event this weekend. Is called the Cuban American Music Festival, which looks like it's going to be absolutely fun. I'm so looking forward to going this weekend and listening to some really good music, great musicians. I mean, and it looks like it's going to be like a great environment.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of serendipitous how it happened. So there used to be a Cuban festival in Echo Park, and there was also one in Long Beach, but both of them had kind of stopped about 5-6 years ago. And sort of how I got involved with Yambu Production is my partner was talking with me kind of like, he knew the person who ran a couple of the other festivals, and he's like, yeah, they're not going to do one this year. And I was like, well, why don't we do one? And he goes, that's a lot of work. I said, yeah, but we can do it. I mean, he knew the music, and I knew I'm an entrepreneur, so I know how to talk to entrepreneurs for vendors. So why don't we? So we kind of created the idea, and we went with it, and it basically sold out last year. It was pretty amazing, and my mom being Cuban, and she passed away, and it meant a lot to me. I had a lot of Cuban inspiration in my lifetime, and grew up with the food and the music, and it was just kind of an easy fit, and it was a way for me to have an homage to my mom. So this year it's getting bigger and better every year. We're going to have 4 bands. We're going to have a little bit of everything. For those of you who know Cuban music, we're going to have an homage to Benny Moré, which is with a big band, great singing, great old Cuban music. We have an all-women's band named Las Chicas, and they will be singing some Celia Cruz songs. We will have Calixto y Sutimba LA. They'll be playing sort of a more modern style Cuban music. It's just going to be a wonderful time. We're going to have cigars. There's people there that will teach you how to roll cigars there on the spot. We have a vintage car. We also have an MC who is Cuban American herself. She was she was born and raised in Miami, and just lost her name. I lost her name. Oh my goodness. But I'm really excited to have her. Let me see if I can find her. It'll come to me. But we're gonna have a wonderful MC who's an actress. I believe is Camila Banus. That's her name. We'll also have a celebrity chef there, Tati Polo, who will have even sail if you would love to go to Cuba. We have UCLA is promoting a cruise to Cuba.
Ooh, very
so
nice.
If you would like to even go to Cuba, you could buy a ticket to go to Cuba right then and there. I mean, we have Café La Llave will be there giving out free cafecitos if you like Café Cubano.
Oh, that'll wake us up.
We have a wonderful array of different types of Cuban food. We have Equelecua. It is a vegan Cuban food restaurant. So if, let's say you're like, oh, Cuban food, there's a lot of meat and I don't eat meat, she is there for you. Carolyn is there for you. We have El Nuevo Mundo Market doing traditional Cuban food. We have a Simply Cuban chef. She will be bringing sandwiches, and I also have Fortu. He will be doing Cuban sandwiches, and I have empanadas, and there's going to be so much good food there. And then we have Churro Goraz. She's Cuban owned, and she does churros, Cuban style churros. We have Helados Pops. They're doing Latin flavored ice creams, mamey, guanábana, piña, coco. I mean, there is just so much out there that it's going to be wonderful, and the music's going to be out of control. We have Dame Salsa Cubana. They're going to be teaching a traditional style of Cuban dancing called Rueda Casino Rueda. And they're going to be there teaching for free there, which is at, I think, 145. There's, the bands are amazing. The music is great. The dancing is going to be great. There's going to be plenty of drinks. It is 21 and over because we do have a lot of alcohol there, and so get the babysitter for the kids.
Uber,
Uber, definitely Uber,
or
actually, if you go onto our website tomorrow, Ride Yellow is going to give 50% off coupon to make your trip much cheaper and get there at a discounted rate. It's a great venue. It's at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, which is in downtown LA, across from La Placita Olvera and Union Station. It is an open, air. It's going to be great weather. We will have a dance floor for dancing. We will have a cigar lounge. We will have dominoes if you want to play some dominoes. There's no better place to spend your Sunday, really.
Oh my gosh.
And tickets right now are like $25. It's really inexpensive. The website is www.cubanamericanmusicfestival.net, and buy your tickets online. VIPs are almost sold out if you want to get VIP tickets, which is like front row seating. It's fantastic. If not, it's standing room only. Yeah, it's such a great time. Check out the website. There's lots of videos. You'll have a really good time, and just you'll get a nice taste of what Cuban culture is all about, which is really wonderful. And I'm very fortunate to be part of it.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I can't wait to go. I have another commitment, so I'm trying to fit it in. I'm like thinking I might just, renegotiate my other commitment. But when you're talking about the food and the cafecito, and I love music, so I'm a musician at heart. I love music, so I'm sure I'm gonna love it. So you guys gotta go. I saw Berlin says, how do you get tickets? Berlin, you'll love it. You like dancing and you'll like the ambience for sure. Maggie says azúcar.
Azúcar, that's right.
Exactly. And Leticia Guevara says sold. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add the link so you guys could go in and register and buy your tickets. My understanding is there's 25 pre-sale and it's 35 at the door.
Yeah,
so
it's much more
if you
expensive.
want to save a little bit of money so you could spend it over there and buy, cafecito or...
The cafecitos are free, by the way.
Cafecitos are
the cafecito, they're giving them away for free. Café La Llave is our sponsor, and they're doing such an amazing job. They're giving all their drinks for free. So, you'll be wired if you drink enough of them.
Go. Paco Jimenez, I see you're on. You got to go. Vamos, Paco, a la fiesta el domingo. Andres Relas, hello. Olga Scholes as well. But I know, and the cigars, like, I don't smoke, but something about cigars I like. So once in a blue moon, and if I see someone, I'm like, oh, can I take your cigar? So are you guys selling the cigars?
So yes, we have two. So we have Shalitha from the Cigar Rolling Academy. They actually have an academy that teaches you how to roll cigars. They're going to teach you how to do that. And then we also have Mi Havana Cigar, which they owned a tobacco farms in Cuba. Their family owned tobacco farms in Cuba, and they own a cigar place, I believe in Pomona, but they will also be there selling cigars. Last year they had cigars that were dipped in wine. They were just splendid, very splendid, very beautiful cigars. Both are very great at what they do, and the cigars were not very expensive. They were actually very reasonable. They weren't like $1 million cigars. They were reasonable $5, $10, $15 cigars. I mean, and we have an area that you could play the dominoes with. I mean, you'll have a great time. I mean, gotta go.
Get there early. There's so much to do. It sounds like there's so much to do, and that way you could have like lunch. And then you could have midday, snack, some churros maybe.
Yeah.
And then you can have your dinner.
We have So Sweet Candy Buffet. Melanie is a Cuban. She's Cuban, and this is such an interesting concept. She makes like spicy sweet gummy bears. So I think it's such a cool idea. I mean, I try to build on the idea of something a little different than the typical. We also have Chef Turok, who's bringing Latin-inspired cheesecakes, which, I mean, I love cheesecakes. So, I mean, mango cheesecakes and all these lovely cheesecakes, right? So we have a little bit for everybody there. We have people doing fresh squeezed juices. Los Colorines doing fresh squeezed juices. We have clothing. We have a bunch of different clothing. Mi Havana clothing. They're doing all Cuban clothing store. So, I mean, their shirts sold out last year. They were so great. The husband is Cuban and designs all the t-shirts, and they're just beautiful, good quality, and they just sold out of their stuff. So there'll be plenty of things to buy. There'll be jewelry. There'll be everything. I mean, you name it, we have it. And we also have another company called Sigue, which transfers money to other countries if you were to give money to your family in Mexico. They are owned by Cubans. They're going to be giving away fans, so if it gets too hot, hats and all sorts of, lots of free stuff to be given away. So definitely come and, enjoy your day with us. I mean, you're going to have such a great time. I had such a great time last year. I wish I wasn't working.
We'll enjoy it for you. Don't feel
Yes,
bad.
exactly.
I'll tell you how went. I know me and Maribel are going to be there. Hey, any of you guys going? Let me know. Message me. Maybe we could all meet up there because there's going to be a lot of people. You're expecting a lot of people. So I plan to get there when it starts around that time. So I love to see you guys there. It'll be fun to like eat and have some drinks and taste test all these different things and listen to some really great music and musicians and just be part of this really awesome event.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, Kikoa Foundation, Dominic Lopez will have a table there to help veterans get resources. And we actually have another event in August called LA's Festival of the Americas. And if you buy tickets to that event, a portion of those proceeds of the ticket sales will be going to the Kikoa Foundation. So definitely stop by his table at the Cuban American Music Festival and buy tickets to LA's Festival of the Americas, which is August the 4th. We'll have bachata, cumbia, and reggaeton there. We have Angel and Chris that's coming, and Alexandra from Monchi and Alexandra. But that money, there is definitely a portion of that is going to his foundation. And I really do believe in giving back, and our veterans need our help for sure.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And, Dominic Lopez has been on my show before, and I know there's a lot of nonprofits, and sometimes we worry about who we're giving our money to, and are they legit? And I'll tell you, this man is legit. He's out there. He goes to where all the homeless are. He takes some food. He takes some resources. I could talk a lot about what he's up to as well, but definitely want to support the Kikoa Veteran Foundation. So if you go to the event, go support, go say hi to Dominic, let him know that you found out about him from the show, and buy your tickets to the next event. So I gotta make sure to put it on my calendar.
For sure.
So we're there, and we buy some tickets as well. But gosh, time goes by so fast. It's almost time for us to wrap it up. I know. But I'm super, I can't wait for Sunday. I was looking forward to going, but the way you tell it, I'm just I think I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm hungry for it. Believe me, I can't wait. And I'm telling you, to have a vegan restaurant there that the food tastes like meat is like to have a ropa vieja that has no meat in it and tastes really good. It's she's amazing. Carolyn, how she got these recipes, how she made soy taste like meat. I mean, remarkable. And just I'll still eat the pork. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have the real pork too. But I eat her stuff too. Her restaurant is in Inglewood. Definitely go try there. El Nuevo Mundo Market. They're gonna do the roasted pork and the yuca and black beans and white rice, and I got Ryan Balbuena doing the Cuban sandwiches, and I got, oh man, it's gonna be so much good food. You'll be excited. So.
And you could dance it off so you don't have to feel guilty.
Exactly. There'll be lots of dancing. I think nobody sat down. So
yeah, and you said the dance lessons are around 145. I might
145.
consider doing it. I might consider. I'm gonna go have dress, so I'm not gonna spare that one. Is this like a dress up event? Is it casual? What is it? So we kind of what do I wear?
I mean, anything that says Cuba on it, really. That's dressed up to me. I mean, I'm wearing tennis shoes because I love to dance, but I need to be comfortable, and I like to walk around, and it's a good amount of space, but whatever you feel comfortable doing. I saw people with dresses, and I saw people with shorts, and it's whatever. Man, Cubans, whatever you feel like, enjoy. I mean, the main thing is to enjoy yourself and feel good.
Really good. I'm so looking forward to Sunday. I wanted to be Sunday already.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat everything. I'm gonna dance it off or walk it off.
Don't worry, you burn a lot of calories dancing.
Yeah, and I'm so looking forward to being, seeing new people in a different ambience, And my friends that are going, Berlin already said she's gonna call me so we could meet up. So Berlin, you're on. We're gonna meet up. Anybody else want to meet up with us? Let me know.
She cuts hair, right?
Yeah, she cuts hair. She's been on my show.
You're my friend on Facebook. I love your hair. I love her hair.
Yeah, you gotta go check out. Yeah, she's in Pasadena. Or is it Eagle Rock, Pasadena area? Yeah. So, and she's super cool too. So you'll like good people. Good
Nice.
people. But yeah, definitely. So she'll be there too. You'll get to meet her. And Maribel's going to come too. And let's see who else wants to join us. But it'll be fun to get some of us out there to support also our friend. When it comes down to it, like, it is also her business, is part of one of her businesses. One of her many businesses, you know, so we got to support our friends and show up whenever we can. And, you know, hey, it's a win-win because we get to eat food, great ambience, great music, great people, etc. So make sure that you join us. I will be adding the link after, like in a few hours, once I'm in a not driving anymore, so that you know where to go buy your tickets. So you can buy it ahead of time if you want to save a little bit of money. If not, you could buy it there, no worries, right?
Yeah, no worries
So
at all.
it's time for us to start wrapping up. Or is there anything in particular that you would love to share with everyone? And thank you again for joining me and all your support. You're always checking in with me. What can I support with? What do I you know, and I love that about you. It's just, you're always of service. And so again, if there's anything I can support you with, you know, I'm here.
Important. I saw a link of Pitbull who talked about always being in service, and I think that it's just at the end of the day, that's really what matters. Always being in service and helping others. And I'm very grateful to always help, you know, always want to support people around, especially with such an ethical and great message that you give about, you know, being the best that you can be and transforming your life. So I always am going to support you for sure.
Thank you. And I really appreciate it. Look forward to more opportunities to collaborate and connect and do things, because you know, we want to make a world, you know, the more the merrier. We connect and we make a bigger difference, a bigger impact. But thank you everybody for watching. If you just joined us or you caught a part of the show, you're watching Transform Your Life with Sandylu and Friends, with my guest here, Dr. Diana Zschaschel, and she is one of the producers of the Cuban American music festival this coming Sunday, and among other things. So if you get a chance, you know, watch it from the beginning. If you didn't watch it from the beginning, you can see this woman is super inspiring, super ambitious, and really a humble servant, always giving back to the community and the world in every opportunity that she gets. So thank you all for watching. Remember, I'm on Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will be announcing my show with my next guest in the coming day, probably tomorrow evening. I'm already confirming that particular guest. We had some rescheduling. But anyway, I have different people programmed for the rest of the week, rest of the month. But anyways, if you know any inspiring people, anybody that you think they definitely got to be on my show, connect them to me. I already have people booked on for the next few weeks or 2 months, I think, or something like that. But anyway, I'm booking for the rest of the year, obviously. But please feel free to reach out to me. And if you're interested, I am a transformational business and life coach. So if you're interested in coaching services, if you have goals and you really want to make them happen, and you want some support and guidance and accountability and motivation and inspiration, or you're just struggling with, like, who am I? What do I want? What's important to me? Reach out to me. I'd love to support you, and reach out to me. And again, Transform Your Life with Sandylu and Sandylu Live. You can use those hashtags too as well. But I'm here to support you. Remember that we're always at choice, and every time whether we do something or we don't do something, we're choosing it. And whatever, we are not our stories or our circumstances. It's up to us to get caught up and use that as a story excuse to not do something, not be something, not create something. But at the end of the day, you got to live with you yourself, and you, which is the most important relationship that you will ever have. So go for what you want. Go for your dreams, because at the end of the day, you know, all the stories and excuses won't even matter. It's really about what you want and living the life that you want. You're worthy of having it all. Again, you're worthy of having it all. And you don't have to do it all by yourself. You could do it with amazing people like Diana or myself or all my friends, my friend Maribel here, Carmen. You know, I mean, there's just so many amazing people. If you're not around people that you consider to be amazing, find new people. We got to do what we got to do so we could keep moving forward and creating extraordinary results in our life. So again, thank you for watching. You're watching Transform Your Life with Sandylu and Friends. Remember that you have the power to choose how you want to live your life from moment to moment. You do have a choice. Goodbye, everyone. Bye. Bye. See you Sunday.